Hello, this is Mr. Sam. Today I want to talk about how social media is radicalizing all of the opinions online and how is that actually very bad for the society. So basically I have noticed something recently. It is actually a thing that's been going on since forever, but I just kind of noticed it that all the all the influencers online, the political influencers, they are the right wingers are like radical right wing. They're always far right, and the same thing goes to the left wingers, where they are also very radical and they are also very at the very end of the spectrum. And both of these political party supporters, they are supporting like completely different morals, I would say. They are supporting completely different things, and it actually, the reason why that the famous influencers in the political area is always radical is people always want to see things that is radical. Social media is not a platform that rewards people for being unbiased. It's not a platform that rewards people for being not radical. It's not a place where people are rewarded for being truthful. In fact, the only benchmark that the algorithm sees is the click rate. So you always wanted to make clickbait titles. You always want to make like a good thumbnail for your video, so that increase the chance that people presses the video, tap the video and stuff. And also, people are more likely to go into a title that says something radical because it is extreme. You don't really see so much extreme stuffs in your everyday life. So if you want to go see the news, you want to see something that is extreme. You wouldn't want to see that a news that says the dog is walking around the park, because you see the dogs are walking around the park every single day. So you, of course, when you see the news are always going to like report stuff that is extreme. So you say the dog is walking around the park and it killed someone, then it is a relatively more interesting news for people to watch. And the same rules applies to social media, applies to political stuff. And in this case, it is not so good of an attribute for influencers, because if you want right-wing viewers to watch your video, you do not want to say anything that kinds of support the left-wing ideas. So you can't be a mixture of left-wing and right-wing. You either be far left or far right, or else your viewers are gonna lose interest because of it. And some of the viewers that are like really radical, they are actually going to be upset about your behavior of being not purely on his side. So you can see that if a left-wing streamer, let's say, or YouTuber have been supporting some of the right-wing values, actually not even right-wing values. Remember that a bit of a drama just a few days ago, maybe 1 week, I'm not entirely sure about it. So just some female streamers talking about that even though her father was transphobic, but she is not going to abandon her father, and she is not going to like cut the ties of the bond, which is something extremely normal to say, but all of the viewers was like extremely upset about it. The thing is, I think the reason is not just because of it's not just because she is like giving values of far right ideals. It's not because that what you're preaching every day, far left I say, what you're preaching every day, like the mosquitoes will go where the blood is, right? So that if you are preaching like far left idealism, then all of the far left people will go there. And the reason why you have to preach far left idealism, because this is the good content that people actually want to watch. They don't want things to be overcomplicated. They just want a side they can stand on, and so that they can feel good to being in this kind of a community and stuff, right? And the reason why people are so angry and so radicalized is not actually because the YouTuber itself are posting like radical stuff. It is another portion of the problem is the radical people who are actually chronically online. Like in real life, you can actually see a lot of people, they are just normal, they want to live their normal life, and they just didn't really care about all left and right fights. Like they care, but not as much, right? They can, a right winger can have a left wing neighbor and they can have barbecue together because they don't really have political stuff involved too much within their household. But if you're talking about the people that are like watching stream for like 6 hours a day, and they like anime and just doesn't have a job, like, I mean, I'm not saying that all of the radical people are like that, but it's just people that doesn't have a life are more likely to be like very deeply involved into this and that. And sadly, this is everyone in the internet. The internet is not everyone are gonna post comment onto YouTube. You can see a YouTube has like a YouTube video has a million view, and it probably has like 300,000 likes if it's optimal, and it's probably only gonna have like 10,000 comments. And where does all this 10,000 comments coming from? Not everyone are gonna watch a video and get angry and start fighting each other in the comment section. The people that have a lot of time will do that. So we're talking about kids. We're talking about people who doesn't have a job, but they're not going to school. We're talking about people that are chronically online, and those people are the most radical people. And this entire ecosystem is just insanely bad for average Joe like me, who is going online. I see radical stuff, and it's actually gonna give me such an impression that, oh my god, everyone is like this. They're either left or right. They actually hate each other. Or whenever you see videos about, like, you know, Osman Gold used to do videos about the stupid girls, like the gold diggers, and all this stereotypes, and and if you are watching this kind of video, you are not heavily involved in this kind of stuff, but because the influencers are kind of forced to create content that is radical, and all of the comment you see are most likely to be radical, it's gonna give you an idea of, oh my god, is the world crazy or something? Where is all the normal people? And it's not giving you a true insight of the real world, and it's actually gonna infect your life. If you're, for example, you're watching the videos about men and women are hating on each other, people are actually scared to go out and socialize because they have this idea in their brain that, oh, what if that particular person is a radical person, which is like a super low case in real life, but it is so frequent in the social media that is actually affecting my social life. I have always been a very extroverted person. I just go around, I talk to people, I have fun with people, right? But just in these 2 years, I am starting to be more self-aware. I am not like before. I am just not considering anything about the people I am approaching and just go there, say hi, and just strike up a conversation. And now I just have to think a lot, because even though rationally I understand that actually most of the people out there are friendly, and my experiences tell me that most of the people out there are friendly, but because of the content I consume online, I will just have this idea of, oh, maybe that guy was not a friendly person. Maybe he is someone that's weird, because everyone I see online is weird. So yeah, that's basically what I am gonna share today, today's yapping session. Basically, what am I talking about is social media make political problem exaggerated in people's eyes, and people get radicalized, and people are less likely to socialize, and it's just a very bad cycle to be in. But I'm just stating the problem and what effect it has in my life. I do not think I have any solution. Maybe just try watch less YouTube video and probably read more book that actually helped me. Yeah, well, that's for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.